Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond the Bid. Today we will be talking about catching customers' attention on Google Shopping listings during the Easter period, since Easter's just right behind us, and the mixed results we got with the clients that we've talked to, and just want to kind of go over what we think, how you can improve and deal with these kind of holidays as such. And today we'll be chatting with Mr. Bitter and Mr. Paradini about essentially 6 points that we prepared in an all-out conversation about how to really stand out. Now, first and foremost, we thought a good place to start would be, the speed of delivery. So it's coming up on holidays, and you're wondering how quickly you can get an item. And essentially, when you're competing on there, what's it like buying direct versus on Amazon, the delivery times, and how can companies and brands really differentiate themselves to truly be able to maximize the returns throughout these periods? Uh, Simone, let's kick this.
Ah,
That
Let's do it.
was
nice.
brilliant. Right.
Let's do it. Okay, look, I'll start. It was Friday. I was on holiday Monday to Thursday,
Love it.
and then it was Friday, and then I wanted to buy something for the week after. I wanted to buy like a laser meter. Of course, I wanted to receive it as soon as possible. Though it was holiday, I just wanted to get it because I wanted to start playing with it. So I went on the first place I went to is Amazon. Right? I went to Amazon. I searched for these meters, and I found one meter, like one product, that directly on Monday. And on Monday I live in Spain, but on Monday, as well as UK, Monday's holiday, Monday after Easter. And despite that, I received it on Monday. Now, the point is, I was really happy that I received it on Monday, even if it was holiday. It wasn't expected from everyone, but it was expected at least from Amazon to receive a product on Monday, even if it's holiday. And I received it, and I was happy. This kind of makes me think that my willingness of receiving a product could be shared with other people as well. So, is it my question is it really so important for a business to offer delivery even if it's holiday? And is it so important to deliver sales, to avoid people going to Amazon, or not? Right. That was the whole.
That's a fair point.
I think from a consumer perspective, the answer is yes. We live in a world now where everything is on demand and delivery is one of them. Even with streaming services or whatever, you think about Netflix, you can watch whatever you want pretty much immediately, and delivery and e-commerce is no different nowadays. You order something, and if you could have it delivered via time machine, yes, then you choose that option, right? So I think for small businesses or independent retailers, there is a massive challenge to be had competing against the likes of Amazon if they don't sell on the marketplace and use, FBA services and whatnot. So I think if the couriers can and the sales volume is there to sustain being open and shipping out on days to allow for deliveries on holidays, then yes, why wouldn't you? Especially if you're in a growth market.
We'll know that people don't stop browsing when they're on holidays. We know that people use the phone to browse website, to browse products. So it's not that people really have stopped buying. Maybe their buying intent is lower, but maybe their buying intent is lower because they don't expect a product to be delivered while they're on holiday. So potentially this is why the buying intent is. On top of that, of course, there is this concept that people spend time with family while they're on holiday, so they're not necessarily at home, etc., etc. But I mean, if I'm browsing, if I'm with friends, like at a pub, right? And we've been at the pub for a couple of hours now, so I just want to get rest. I just want to get some time for myself. I browse products for I use the phone for 5 minutes. I browse products, and then I see a product that I like. I see that I can receive it tomorrow, and still I can receive it in a delivery place, like in a specific place rather than at home. I don't know why. I don't know why. I mean, I think I will buy it.
When you ordered on Amazon, I'm assuming that it said you would have this product delivered on Monday at the checkout process. And I think there's a really kind of small detail here in terms of how you express the delivery times. So if we take the instance of, you're on holiday If Amazon said next day delivery, would you have still bought it rather than if it specifically said you would get it on Monday? Because I think there's that small detail there that
Good point.
a lot of websites maybe miss the trick on, especially over these periods. If I'm on holiday and it says free next day delivery, I'm probably going to hold off on buying it because I'm not going to be around to take it. If I get to choose the day of delivery, I'm more likely to convert there and then on the spot because I've said, cool, I'm going to have that delivered for when I'm back.
That's exactly what you're gonna be like. In context, when I was in the US, I think it was about a year and a half ago, and I was staying in Houston with a friend visiting some clients, and I went onto Amazon, and I literally saw that there were delivery options. If you were to order at 9 a.m., they could sometimes deliver the thing to your house by 12 p.m. And I don't know if in the UK that's actually caught up. Simon, I haven't been there and haven't ordered on Amazon there in a few years, but I don't even think businesses can compete with that. That's just insane how quickly, like, it almost forces you to go onto Amazon to be able to just get those products out with maybe your competitors who are storing their products in the warehouse.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I mean, it is rolled out here for select items that are FBA shipped. I mean, the number of Amazon warehouses up and down the country on the main kind of freeway or motorway belt's insane.
Yeah.
Definitely going for domination.
Yeah, and from a business point of view, I'm not super familiar with this, so I don't really know. But what does it mean? Like, how can we help like businesses to get prepared for this, to get to this level, or at least not to this level, but to a similar level, to know the answer.
Without eroding your margin to the point you're making no money.
Exactly. Because the delivery costs for your company is quite high if you want to get it there that quickly.
No, but
Assuming you're taking the brunt of the cost.
what I mean is like, okay, you need to source a third party shipping provider that allows you to do that, first of all. So where do you source them? Like, are we still is it much more expensive than normal delivery? And then at the end of the day, should we incorporate the delivery into the product price or not? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a big thing because delivery, it can cost between £2 and £3 for a business, and even more. And there are some businesses that make a markup on the delivery as well. So from a business point of view, approaching it, how can we advise businesses on what to do? Is a genuine question I have because I don't know, right? If they say, okay, what do I do? If they ask me, what do I do next? I'd be like, look, it's just an idea I had, but I don't know what you need to do now.
If you can't compete with those kind of deliveries without destroying your margin, it sounds like you kind of have to fall in line and get into the Amazon bandwagon so that your products can get delivered that quickly, and then maybe pull back the budget and spend more on your Amazon ads. That I think would be a short-term solution, but long-term, competing with that is difficult. They're huge.
Yeah. Funnily enough, we had a call actually last week with a client that we worked with for a number of years now, and they're on Amazon, but we focused mostly on the website. And their view of it was that it's a necessary evil. And I think that that's probably quite a term that's coined across multiple businesses and retailers, is that when it comes to Amazon, a lot of companies probably don't really want to be on there, but
Yeah.
they have to be. It's just where commerce is done nowadays in high volumes.
And visibility is also really important, you know. So a lot of people won't go to Google anymore. They have Amazon downloaded, they've got Prime, and they start their search on Amazon search because they know they can get next day delivery. So it could be as just as important for visibility and your margins, so that maybe, they'll go in and then try and buy direct in case that price is cheaper. Okay, maybe they might have to wait a little longer, but they know your brand, they know the product, they're happy with it, and you can offer it at a more justified price. It's kind of like the hotels. Actually, this is now that we're talking about with OTAs, because they completely own the digital space, and the only way you really compete is by targeting your brand name on paid advertising. You can't compete in, like, say, hotels in Miami, hotels in New York. The cost per clicks are just insane, and your margins can't really hold it. So like with hotels, they've just been cornered. So maybe that's actually where it's starting to get to. If I mean, I doubt it'll be that aggressive, but it is something of a consideration in terms of when you're thinking about visibility and where you can compete without completely destroying any profit.
Part two.
Part two. And on this note, we'll end this conversation and continue in another episode. So please join us next week, where we will be hosting hopefully Adrian Decker. But thank you for listening. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We hope this short little insight was useful. Thanks, guys.